Now to former President Donald Trump, who took his campaign to the courtroom yesterday. He attended closing arguments in his civil fraud trial here in New York and spoke out in court after the judge initially warned him not to. The state attorney general is seeking $370 million in penalties. Trump insists the case is politically motivated. Robert Costa attended the hearing and joins us right now. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Nate. Throughout this trial, former President Trump has clashed with the judge who will determine the scope of the penalty, and yesterday was no different, as Trump made it clear he sees his legal battles here and elsewhere as part of his presidential campaign.
With his business empire at risk, former President Donald Trump was defiant as closing arguments were delivered in his New York civil fraud trial.
It's a disgrace, and they should pay me damages. That's the way it should be.
In the courtroom, he decided to speak up and lashed out at Judge Arthur Engoron and blasted New York Attorney General Letitia James, saying this has been a persecution, prompting the judge to interrupt, telling Trump's lawyer to control your client.
This is a sham, and it's a shame. Thank you.
The former president and his company have already been found liable for fraud, accused by James of falsely inflating the value of their properties to get better loans and insurance deals. Now she is seeking a $370 million penalty and to have him banned from doing business in the state.
This case has never been about politics. This case is about the facts and the law. And Mr. Donald Trump violated the law.
With voting in the presidential race about to start, the GOP frontrunner says he sees his legal challenges as a part of his campaign.
We have our best poll numbers. We have the best everything despite this, and maybe because of this.
Trump, who also faces federal criminal charges, says he intends to show up for those proceedings as well.
Are you planning to show up in court?
Yeah, well, I want to go to all of my trials.
When Trump told me he intends to show up for many more court dates, it illuminated how his legal calendar is likely going to overlap with key dates in the presidential race. Meanwhile, Judge Engoron says he will try to issue a final decision on the civil fraud case by the end of the month.
Thank you, Bob.